Howdy, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today we'll see one of the more dangerous passing offenses. The Giants are top 10 in passing TDs, and they'll go against the Steelers, who are very aware of what they'll be dealing with.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. Not a whole lot of room to run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the great move. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And to give this time to the tailback. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
So many people have Landon Collins scouted as a guy who was excellent in run support and would struggle in pass coverage, especially in the back end of the defense. But in 2016, he made a massive jump as a safety, able to drop in the box, cover deep, and make plays on the football. In fact, I talked with his coach in the offseason, and he told me he's about 65 to 70% of reaching his potential.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention. On 1st and 10, Foley. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. Carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Foley finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Let's go!
They'll run again now with Darkwa. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now here's a carry heading left. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Let's go! 3-19!
Now Heineke. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses. Catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. They go play action here on first down. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Let's go! Boom, landed!
Now back to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Back to throw. And he's going to go down again. You never never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
8 yards to go here on second down. Here's Darquan. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. That's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage. He's
just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Throwing on first down. Foley throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Looking to throw on second down. Foley. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Rosas on for the extra point. this is up and good to make it 7-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The numbers for Hogan from a week ago: 14 carries, 95 yards.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. And to give this time to the tailback. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Now a handoff looking right. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Looking to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but he was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front.
And got his man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. A big play there, 84 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Rosas to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Rosas now to kick this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. Fights him off. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. On play action, they'll throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
So they'll give it here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's not always as straight as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
He'll drop to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The New York set to take the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Here we go now. Green.
On first down, Fulton. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
All right, here we go.
On first and 10, Fulton. Throw left side complete. It's Spencer. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. From the gun, Fulton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing on first down. Fulton. And he's got some space here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. To throw on second down. Fulton. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here we go now. Green 30.
On first down, Fulton. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Looking to throw on second down. Folding. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Operating from the gun. Folding. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And Rosas puts this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer?
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter in Nashville. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And the Giants ready to come out now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 2nd down following the run. From the gun, folding. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. They'll run with Darquan. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
On the run, Darquan. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. The Giants right now are doing a good job protecting their house. The Steelers, on the other hand, want to quiet this crowd and turn things around. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Giants have it near the end of one. Completion will be made here to a wide open man. It ends up working for a touchdown. The Giants go up by 4. Now early in the second, pass will be completed over the middle. And this goes 84 yards for the score. Giants go up by 11. Now till late in the second. Walters got the sack here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. That'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get back up to New York as we turn it back over to Brandon Guy.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful.
Let's go! Boom, landed!
Back to the air on second down. Folding. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Giants on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Boom, landed!
Operating from the gun. Folding. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So the defense forces a 3 and out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on first down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
Here's Brad Wing now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, and I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll drop to throw. The Steelers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go now. 3,
They'll set up to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2. Alert for anything out there. Watching for trouble on the road. And making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure that you just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
hurry up, here we go.
Off the play fake. Folding. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go.
From the gun. Folding. And that is incomplete. Here's Brad Wing now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Steelers. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Here we go.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Green 39.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So as it turns out, that sack does not wind up costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, uh-oh. But fortunately for them, their kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
To throw on second down, Foley. And The Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction.
All right, here we go.
Operating from the gun. Folding. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect. Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down, 9 yards to go. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Fresh set of downs here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Detroit!
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, or if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Steelers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And that was a nice play by the defense. And it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just power players. Now they have to be light on their feet as well to keep up with the speed of the defensive players.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, This thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Returning, it's Benjamin. Dancing away at the 35. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And the defense almost got one there, partner.
That could have been his first pick. He's been good so far, but you're right. That was nearly a costly mistake.
Sometimes you get a little bit too confident when the game's going along as it has been for him.
And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Brad Wing now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. To throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. The Steelers getting another first down on a bit of a roll. They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote onto your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Little salt, little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one, that puts them in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score that put you behind. Well, that score you just added on the board will energize them, or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Here we go. Green 39.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 39.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to face a 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Let's go.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. He's back to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. To throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. To throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is right through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So now then, it's a big kick there to get this game back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal could still do you in.
Brandon, we're going to see right here. I would expect that after the kickoff, this offense is going to come out throwing. So those first few plays are going to be the key.
And New York set to take the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
And they're a 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards on the pickup. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Folding. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Spencer. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. On 1st and 10. Folding. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 1st down. Folding. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. To throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice in Major League Baseball.